Hey, I got to get used to it. You know what? Yes, we are millennials, and you can be disappointed at me, mad at me. You go lay in bed next to your wife and be like, "Look at this geriatric peak of crap who doesn't
Geriatric,
understand." What did I say?
geriatric, which I think is a fantastic word. I don't know what
You're
it
insulting
means,
me.
but we can really. I'm on your side. I think that was a new word, and because you
Mm.
discovered it, you can really make it whatever the meaning is you want it to mean.
You're insulting me, and I appreciate the
I'm on
insult.
your
Thank you.
side, buddy. I'm not insulting with you. I'm
Uh,
on your team, and I'm rooting for you always.
you haven't been my team on a decade. Don't tell me
I
that
I
crap.
wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you for downloading our recent episode. For more episodes like this, go to movieguyspodcast.podbean.com for more episodes. Enjoy the show.
Welcome everybody to Movie Guys Podcast. Tonight we're talking about Late Night with the Devil, or as I call it, Late Night with David Letterman. Ha! Eric, how the hell you doing?
Wait, let's explore that.
Yeah.
Do you think David Letterman is the devil?
No, but I'm old enough to remember that he went on air to tell everybody that he was on an affair with his interns, and that somebody was gonna,
That's
blackmailing him.
right. He got ahead
Mm.
of it. He got ahead of the game.
Yeah, he was like, "Hey, I did sleep with those young interns, and he was blackmailing me."
Yeah, good for him.
Good for him. Good for him. This is a movie that, again, I feel like it's kind of a robot here. Been on and off the schedule, right? This movie actually came out a few years ago, but it grew legs.
It really did. It was one of those independent movies that I knew was going around and making the appearances at the circuits of the indie circuits and stuff like that too. And it just had slowly been getting more and more buzz. I'm not going to say to the likes of like how Paranormal Activity, the first one, was catching its popularity, where it
Hmm.
was slowly just getting talked about and more it grew to the appearances. But I believe this movie had its world premiere at South by Southwest in the same year that it was released, 2023, which it was March. So yeah, but more than 2 years ago.
Hmm.
And then it had a theatrical release, and then it went to streaming pretty
Hmm.
soon after, as most movies do.
Yes, yes. And I think I'm going to come up with a new award. I mean, it's going to be golden headphones no matter what. But this guy, I'm going to murder his name. The main actor, David Dash Maclean.
I believe I did a Google of pronunciation before this just to make sure I wouldn't butcher it. Desmalchian.
Desmalchian. David
Desmalchian?
Desmalchian. He
Malchian?
has the,
Melchian?
like, do you remember Nickelodeon's Guts when we were kids?
Oh, of course.
Do you remember how at the end, no matter what, they had to climb the Astro Crag?
The Aggro
Crag.
Crag, yeah,
Yeah,
baby.
remember that? And at the end of it, they took a piece of the Astro Crag home, right, with that beautiful
Yeah,
glowy
Aggro Crag, yeah.
Aggro Crag. I mean, for him, we're going to give him the movie guy's Aggro Crag, Golden Aggro Crag, because
Piece
this
of the
guy has been
Crag.
this guy's been everything that we've seen. I mean, like this guy has got his golden headphones 6 times over. I mean, like this guy's done Ant-Man, Blade Runner, 2049, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Bird Box. I'm just naming the big ones that we've seen. Suicide Squad, he's Polka Dot Man. He was in Dune, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Oppenheimer, Last Voyage of the Demeter. I
Yeah.
mean, this guy is everywhere.
Weird Al.
Yeah,
Or
he was in
Weird,
Weird Al.
the Al Yankovic story. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this guy, I see him. He's a familiar face. I'm excited to see this movie because he's in it. Because he's one of those faces where you see him everywhere, but God, I really liked him as Polka Dot Man and Suicide Squad. So I was excited
Yeah,
to see what he was going to do.
I feel like he has such range and spreads himself out that it's hard to really put one project to him.
Mhm.
And good for him for
Yeah.
doing that.
Mhm.
He is really the case study of no small parts.
Yes.
When in a movie where no matter how big or small, he is just making an appearance, showing face in the camera, and eventually it'll catch up, right?
And I like it. He is, um, he's like a Gary Oldman, right? Kind of.
Yeah, because I think he's not afraid to do some makeup. He's not afraid to do drama. He's not afraid to do comedy. He is able to not take himself seriously if the role requires it. He's able to play the part of like a period piece. He's able to play modern. Yeah, he is a well-rounded actor.
I will say this, and we can move on. If they would to remake Fifth Element, he would be the Gary Oldman villain. You can see
Oh
it.
yeah, that's a pretty good pull actually. I would like to see that. I wasn't thinking of it then, but now I am. And
Yeah, think about it. It's like he could really, really take that. He would really do the comb over thing. He would be great at it.
I like
He
that.
would-
Again, he can really play both sides of the spectrum, good and bad, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And it's not too often that you get characters like that. So I put him into a who was that dude in Beetlejuice? Thoreau, Justin Thoreau. Yeah,
Okay.
you know what I'm talking about?
I know the name. Why do I know the name?
He played the boyfriend in Beetlejuice.
Oh, yeah, the one the movie should have been about. Yeah, gotcha.
Yes, he played Lydia's manager boyfriend.
You're I'm sorry, I'm going to correct you. You're thinking of Justin Trudeau.
It's sure. Do you feel good for that?
I know.
No, Justin
Do you-
Trudeau is the different type of actor. He's the one that does blackface Aladdin.
Ah, yeah, that's the way it should be.
Yes. Justin
yes, yeah.
Thoreau is the character actor. Yeah.
Got it. Late Night with the Devil. I was excited to see this movie. I'm excited to review it with you because I have a couple theories, right? Some are like off the wall crazy, bud, right? But some are like hit, right there in the face. That's obvious. But I was excited to see this. Marketing for this movie. What I want to ask you is that do you think that they should have passed this off as this happened, like Blair Witch style, or do you think that wouldn't have mattered?
I don't think it really would have mattered because it's based around a show that never existed, right?
Well, no, people. No, see, that's the thing is that it would happen, right? Okay, it happened to me. You remember in the early 2000s, like 2000, 2005 when yeah, I said 5Z. When you get Boogie Nights,
Okay.
right? And that movie was so good that when I heard Google, I Googled Dirk Diggler thinking that this was a real dude.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Just the way the movie presented itself, right? It was just like, oh, this follows the true story of some dude in the 70s. So,
Okay. Or another good example, sorry to cut you off, would be Fargo.
Fargo, pretty good example right there, right? Oh, this happened in. Why wouldn't this happen in
And
Fargo? This
everyone
happened
went to
in Fargo.
go search roads in Fargo, North Dakota for the briefcase.
Right. So,
Yeah.
Kingpin, that happened. An Amish man, bold. But, it's just so what I'm getting at with this is, yes, it's a show that's not real, right? But this generation, our generation probably would have known this, right? Because we never saw Johnny Carson. And there was other late night shows on before him.
You know what? You're right. I feel
So
like
they could have.
this could have been obscure enough to where maybe they were trying to do that. I think the only setback on that is because the movie had the late night show host Jack Delroy as like this big famous star, right? He was second to Johnny Carson, and
Right.
he would have been a little bit more famous. But no, I see what you mean, and I think that given the time it's so far removed from where we are at today, that maybe it would have done a Google search for a lot of people. I'm sure there was, but just not to
Well,
the same effect. Not
to prove my
Go ahead.
to prove my point, to get the movie going along, is it opens with that. It opens with a black screen with white text that says, this is footage from the infamous show and also behind the scenes footage. This is, so this is already showing us that the directors are showing us that, oh, this is a found footage movie.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if they're not going to put that in there, then don't put it in there if it's not a found footage, this really happened, right? That's all I'm getting at. And I'm not saying that it's the detriment to the movie or anything. It's I'm liking this ride because I like when movies do this sometimes, right? Like Cloverfield, Blair Witch. It's like, oh, this really happened, right? No, it didn't. But, it's like, oh, it'd be kind of fun. Real quick, since we're talking about it, you said second to Carson. Who's first in your book? Leno or Letterman?
Oh, geez.
Back in the day.
That's a tough one. You know why? Because I grew up with my grandparents watching Leno. They never liked Letterman. But
Okay.
as I got older and was able to really appreciate what the whole act was, I grew to like Letterman a lot more.
I grew up to like him a lot. His interviews were great. Now, the new generation of Fallon and oh geez,
Kimmel
Colbert?
and
I'm not gonna count those
Colbert
guys.
and James Corden, right?
James Corden's not even doing it anymore. I
Oh,
actually
good.
say Colbert is better than what's his face? Fallon.
Oh well, yeah. You know who was my favorite, actually hands down, was Craig Ferguson.
Yeah, I love Craig first, especially when he had Kat Dennings on the show.
Okay.
Because he made jokes about her womanhood all the time.
Yeah, he was very raunchy, very late night.
It's called Late Night, I believe.
Yeah, he was definitely my favorite.
Right.
I think he had just better comedy.
Right.
I mean, his sidekick was a robot.
Yes. So, speaking of late nights, here we go. Jack Delroy is this host of a really bad name, Night Owls. No wonder why he's second to Carson. Night Owls?
all in
That's
the
a
name.
terrible name. It's a terrible
All in the
name.
name, man. Yeah.
Just call it Late Night with Jack Delroy. Like, okay. And this is his Halloween special, right? And they're gonna do special guest and make it a thing. But he has a secret, and the secret is that the show's not doing well, possibly going to be canceled because what? People just don't care. Give me some ideas.
There was, I believe, issues with him just trying to stay relevant and being entertaining. But wasn't it more so that his personal life was kind of catching up with it a little bit?
Did they talk about that? The only thing they talked about was his wife had cancer. She was on the show. They had this very touching moment. Love you forever thing. And then what's funny is that like the next shot is, and a week later she died. It's like, Jesus. Like I thought it was kind of funny, kind of like that old timey 1920s radio voice. Jack Delroy was hanging out with his wife, say, and then all of a sudden she was on the show, and then the next week she died.
I'll have to rewatch it again, but I really do. As I remember it, I think that he was struggling just because of content, and again because of personal rumors with not so much his wife, but him. Right? Wasn't he caught like going to like the Grove, which was some sort of elite, kind of a play on Bohemian Grove?
We'll discover what the Grove is, and I have opinions about the Grove, but allegedly this is where the elite go that have the Black American Express card that do weird things like Midsummer.
Exactly, yeah.
Don't tell me. I feel like you're mocking me on that one. That's
No,
exactly what they do.
That's exactly what they do. They praise the owl. Hey, wait a minute. The show's called Night Owls. Metaphors. And then they play golf. And then maybe they do group bathing.
Maybe there's a sauna.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. We need to get Alex Jones on the show to really go in deep about Bohemian Grove.
Make sure to put your car keys in the fish bowl.
That's right. Yeah.
Turn the frogs gay. I went there. You didn't. So I like where the setup is. I like that we get to know who Jack Delroy is. I like his fame, his
Okay.
What is she? Tell me what she is. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I interrupted you.
Parapsychologist. Is that what you're talking about, that lady?
How is that any different than Bill Murray?
Yep. I guess you're right about that. Well, I
Holds
guess
the
but
cards
there's a
up.
fraud.
She's not? I think there's some fraud in this.
You say that, but I mean, we're kind of proven wrong at the end of the movie, right?
I don't know. That's my theory. I want to talk to you about.
Anyway, the first guest is not the parapsychologist. He introduces 3 guests for his special late night Halloween episode. Now, it goes into this whole thing, like you said, that his wife, who's an actress, dies of cancer, right? And they take a break. Night Owls takes a break. And then they come back, and he was using his wife for ratings a bit, right? When she was dying of cancer, he had her on, and they had some sort of emotional episode with high ratings. And
As one would do.
then she passed, they take a break, and then the episode or 2 that he comes back receives very high ratings because people are tuned into the drama, right?
Yes.
Since then, they are going back into the slump again of their 6th season, and they're finding in a special Halloween episode, and he brings on 3 guests. The first one is a medium, right?
Yes.
A
The
psychic, the Christo.
bad guy from Coco.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
It looks just like him. Tell me
Okay,
he's
I was
not.
gonna say, well, now that I was gonna say, it's like, is that the guy?
Now,
No.
listen. You're making fun of me, but people that are listening are going to Google this and tell me the bad guy from Coco is not this dude. Similar. I'm telling you.
Oh man, what's his name? Ernesto.
Is that this dude's name? Christo.
Ernesto de la Cruz. Yes.
Yes, that's who this dude is, right? I mean, he's not. I'm being silly, but this is who he looks like.
Without the sombrero, without the
Put the sombrero
whole-
on him, and he's there. He has the mustache.
oh
And-
man. Well, I'll tell you, when they make the live action version of that movie, I know exactly who's gonna be the top choice for that. Then that good face recognition there. Good, you're a casting director, sir.
You know, I'm on top of it tonight. First time in my life, I'm on top.
When's it gonna be my turn?
So, medium Coco here is like, I'm going to figure out, and I'm going to figure out who, John, right? And they're like, no, like what he's doing is that he's pretending to talk to people in the audience, his relatives. He's failing, and then he gets a hold of this mother and daughter whose son committed suicide and all that stuff. And all of a sudden, the lights start to flicker. What I like about this movie is that he's standing there, right? Like the medium, you got the Coco dude. He's standing. And he's talking. All of a sudden, the camera flickers, right? Kind of like just like a bad edit, if you will. But then he starts going, oh, my head, like out of nowhere. And you hear this ringing and stuff. Starts vomiting black blood or whatever that was.
Yeah.
It was great. I'm really into the movie at this point. I know I'm not into this episode, but I'm into the movie.
And
Not
the
into-
other thing is that he calls out for someone named Minnie.
Minnie. Yeah, thank you for bringing that up. He goes, is there a Minnie here? And nobody's saying. He's screaming it, right? And knowing what I know now, I'm going to go back and watch it to see if Delroy does anything.
Yeah, because he really is in pain when he says that, right? Whereas before it was more of like the performance, the act,
Mhm.
doing it reminded me of who was that? John Edwards, is that the guy who could talk to the dead? I believe so. The kind of a fraud.
Edwards.
John
No, Steve Irwin. Is that not the guy?
It was John Edward. Singular.
Was he a fraud? Was he eventually shown to be a fraud?
Yes, he was eventually shown to be a fraud. And I remember actually South Park did a parody episode of him where Stan was trying to tell people that no, this is all a sham, it's all stupid. and it ended up be making him very famous because all it
Oh.
is just kind of mentalist tricks of
Yeah.
just saying something randomly and then kind of leading and going into it a bit more. Obviously, that episode does a better job of it than
Yeah.
I am doing, but that's what they are doing with Christo here, where he's doing the usual tricks and he fails on the one, like you had said, and loses a bit of momentum, and then finally picks up again with the wife and daughter, or the mom and daughter. But then that real part, which I think was just like you said, I was into it right at that part too,
Yeah.
because it just is like, oh, something is happening, but you don't know what yet.
Don't know what,
And-
who is Minnie, what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. I believe then, or is this actually after he throws up after they introduced the second?
Who was my favorite character?
Yeah, who Carmichael Haig, I believe, who is a former magician and now a skeptic. Basically, your James Randi.
And I love it. I love how they show him pictures of him looking like a Ghostbuster in front of the Amityville house.
Yeah,
Right. And he even brings up the Annabelle, the Conjuring people with the Morans. Is that their name?
the Warrens. Yeah,
Warrens. He brings up how he knows them and everything is parlor tricks, and it's great. He won me over at the end with the worms. Won me over. I loved that guy.
yeah, he did a really good job here, and so he is doing the same offer that James Randi was doing, where he's offering a full cash reward to anyone who can prove without a doubt that the something with supernatural is real.
I don't know. I mean, vomiting black goo is probably not normal.
Yeah. And so what I like
So
is that
right
the
there-
entire part of his character, Carmichael, is just saying, all right, well, this is how I would do it. This is not real. It's not real. This is not real. And you could hear it, a great acting by the guy, by the way, because you could hear slowly him struggling to find the reason or the excuse and be like, well, I think this was lights and mirrors, maybe. Yeah, that's what it was. And I enjoyed that journey that we went on with him.
I loved it, Journey. So why this is going on, we get in color, right? The actual episode, the show, but then when it goes to commercial, I love the commercials, right? Like the classic Simpsons, drunk guy to camera, respecting technical difficulties. I love that stuff. And we get a black and white of them forgetting that they're filming a show, and it's B footage, right? It's the footage behind the scenes, right? And he has his producer that knows nothing about money, right? It's all greed. And Coco Dude is on his way to the hospital. Nobody cares. And we're supposed to think that Jack Delroy's a nice guy, but he doesn't give a crap either, which I really, really dug, because we think starting this movie that Jack Delroy is the hero. He's actually not. Like, not one person here is redeemable in this movie.
I think it tries to give him that out to say that he is a guy who has the conscience of it, but at the end of the day, he sold his soul. He's doing this for the ratings, and he wants those numbers just as much as his producer does, just as much as the director does, right? Like, he knows that he needs to keep on going.
Mm-hmm. Keep it going. Sold his soul to the devil, if you will.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. And then this is when his new girlfriend comes out, the Ghostbuster that I made fun of, June Ross Mitchell.
Yes.
And her latest subject,
Dr. June Ross.
Dr. June. A 13-year-old Lily Lily. Her name's Lily.
Her
I'm
name's
not gonna say
Lily.
that. And she wrote a book off of her. And who is Lily? Lily is this 13-year-old girl who years ago was a little girl in this cult, what pretty much is the Church of Satan, right?
She's a cult baby.
Right. Church of Satan mixed with the dudes that had the black Nikes.
Yep.
What are those called?
What, the Black Nikes?
Remember that back in the 90s where this cult all killed themselves by drinking the Kool-Aid and they all had black Nikes on?
Oh,
Cult with black Nike.
It's not
with
Applewhite.
Heaven's Gate.
Heaven's Gate, yeah.
Heaven's Gate. Those dudes. Like, She was a part of that kind of thing, right? And what happens? So let me, because I'm trying to remember what happens, right? So Lily's a part of this devil's Satan cult, and like what, like the feds raid it and kill everybody? Yeah, yeah, like
Yes.
a take on Waco.
Yes, exactly.
And she was the only one that survived, right? And then she gets with Dr. June Ross Mitchell for the next, what, 5-6 years, psychoanalyzes this girl and like makes a book on a la Michael Myers in a way. Yeah.
Yeah, you really can compare a lot of these
Yeah.
characters to other characters, other movies.
Yeah. I'm full of it, man. I'm so pissed off right now. I'm trying. I'm pushing it down. I'm sorry.
You're doing fantastic, and you look fantastic on this new setup that we have going here, right?
My hair does look nice, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, I get my composure. I'm sorry, everybody who's listening.
Whew.
This is gonna be an infamous show. I lost my train of thought. So, Waco style.
Dr. June and Lily,
Dr. June. Okay.
the cult baby.
The cult baby. She writes a book about her. Dr. June's not innocent either, right? Like Dr. June, it's told to us that she's innocent and she's just trying to help Lily, but she's not. She's a piece of crap like all of them, right? Because if she really is trying to help Lily, she wouldn't write a book. She would have put her on a late night talk show host with her new boyfriend and exploit her and have the devil come out of her and do all this weird stuff, right?
We're jumping
She's
ahead a little
exploiting
bit, but yeah, for the like plain and simply, yes.
Nobody's
She tries to justify that by saying that, hey, listen, in order for me to help this person and further my studies, I need to fund it. And I can't get any other grants from anywhere else because it's a very controversial topic. And so this is the only way that I can do this. Either way, she's on this show promoting the book.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
100% promoting her book. And we meet Lily, the actress that plays Lily. Give her an Oscar. I mean, this young woman has studied every little girl creepy thing ever, from The Shining, like all the way to Michael Myers. Like, I mean, this girl is great. I loved her.
yeah, let's talk about that because there are so many parts when in scary movies you can tell that somebody is trying too hard. They're trying to
Sure.
react and scary and get the big scream queen motion. And you could tell that this was maybe like take 23 and they're really just kind of out of it and they're really just trying too hard a little bit.
Mhm.
I like the minimalistic approach that Lily does where she's supposed to be, what did you say, 13?
It says
Yeah.
13 on Wiki.
Yeah. 13, but she behaves kind of like a 7-8-year-old, right? She stares into the camera. She will say things unfiltered. She is still very stunted mentally and is trusting enough in her guardians that,
Actually, sexualized too.
yeah, I guess.
No, I'm saying that because of her tone, her delivery. Like she was into Jack. Now, she was not into Jack. The demon was into Jack, who was in her, right?
Yeah.
Well-
Abraxas? Is that the demon's name?
But my point is that, what I mean by sexually is that, Jack will walk by and she goes, "Hi, Jack. You want to sit down, Jack?" Has that seductress kind of voice to her.
Yeah, kind of
You know?
calming, maybe not so much sexualized. I see where you're going with
Okay,
that, but
calming's probably a better
more,
word. I'm a
More like
pervert.
inviting, engaging, inviting kind of
No.
a thing.
No, that makes me run away. Hello, Jordan. Would you like to take a seat? No, I do not want to take a seat. No. Tell me.
Come play with us, Jordan.
We freaked out.
Forever and ever.
And ever. No beer and TV make Jordan go something.
Crazy?
We freaked out when we thought your wife had the room bugged. Do you think that we would listen to a 13-year-old looking like a Catholic schoolgirl going, "Hello, Eric. How are you?" No, you would run away. And I like her in this. She's fun in this. She's creepy from the word start. She was great.
Yeah, I think she did a very good job of it, and she played the part. She played ice cold the entire time until it was really kind of called for it. There's the other part of the direction too, is that it adds to her character when she's calm, both arms on the armrest, and the other characters are really doing more of a performance around her.
Yeah.
And it sets the stage for when the conjuring happens, for her to go crazy, to really go above and beyond it. So again, we're jumping past a lot of this stuff because Carmichael is calling out a lot of this stuff, calling out how Christo is just a scam artist, right? But then we go to the commercial break, and we hear the producer say that after Christo had thrown up all that black vomit, he gets taken to a hospital in the ambulance, and then he gets informed that, he died on the way to the hospital.
Had a heart attack or something.
Exactly.
So something. So why did he die? So if you're going to believe in this movie that the demon is actually real, which again, I'm not saying it doesn't, but I have theories, that the demon didn't like that he was faking it. So the demon was going to kill him.
Yeah. Well, the demon was in the room. Is there a presence in the room that I can feel?
Mindy!
Tonight?
Mindy!
Minnie!
Minnie!
It's your Minnie!
God damn it, Minnie! Right.
That's when Mickey Mouse jumps up and says, "Yeah, oh, where's Minnie?
Where's Minnie?"
Your impression's much better than mine.
Is it really? Because it's really bad. Where is that little son of a gun?
I am not going to do Mickey impressions off with you tonight here.
The one that I can do really well is the South Park rip, where I'm like, "Oh, you guys are not wearing those purity rings, huh?" So, yes, sorry everybody. I've had a day with this new software. So, but yes, so he dies of a heart attack. The demon killed him. And then this is where Dr. June Ross. I'm on it, bud.
Keep on going.
Do you like it? Because when you laugh, I feel like either A, you're annoyed, and also
I'm annoyed when you say, I'm annoyed when you constantly say you're annoyed. I'm not. I'm having a good time.
That's all that matters. So June
I'm
Cleaver
adding
here.
the laugh track to our show.
You got to add the clapping too. Like what?
Oh, wait. Hold on a sec. I can do that.
He's gonna do it, folks. Okay, ready? June Cleaver.
Anyway, there's interaction
she gets
between Dr. June and Jack because they obviously have a little history. She came on he invited her under false pretense, saying they were going to talk about the book, but really he was doing it right to kind of have her do the possession, do the conjuring of.
Did he know
Lily?
Did he know that she could possess? I guess.
I think mildly so, but this was more encouraged by his producer, right?
Right.
And he kind of had that moment, Jack, had that moment where he had to choose, all right, do I be this stand-up guy and be who I promised to Dr. June, or do I just say, screw it, rip the Band-Aid off and go all in? And he chooses the latter there, and Dr. June is not too happy about it. Eventually she does it. They take a commercial break, a little more interaction. They come back and they do a possession. And that's where like the chair is floating, right? And she speaks in tongues and she says all this stuff about his time at the Grove and all this private information about Jack that yeah, exactly. Completely. And
no theft.
I swear, Jordan, you claim that so many movies steal from each other that it's just we're not going to have any new movies anymore because they all steal from the Notebook.
She has gray pale skin. She has the cuts on her face exactly where Regan did.
Yep. There's no crucifixion masturbation scene though.
There's no pea soup. I'm just saying, I'm not mad that it's theft. I would just like to think this would be a deleted scene. This whole movie would be a deleted scene from The Exorcist because that would be pretty cool.
Okay.
Why not?
Oh, that would be something to tie those two
See
in
what
together.
see what I'm trying to get at here, bud? You think I'm being silly and crazy, but no, I actually have a thought.
So, the possession happens. Pretty
Yeah.
serious moment of the film,
Great moment.
right? Where it really gets people spinning a bit. Like, oh my goodness! They come take a commercial break. They come back, and Carmichael, the skeptic, says, "Oh, that's all fake. I can
All
show
fake.
you."
Which, in my opinion, is the scene in the movie, not her being possessed, meaning Lily. I liked this Carmichael possessing the straight man, right? The straight man of the late night, right? The co-host, if you will.
Yeah, Gus McConnell, and as well, I would think everyone else in the studio, as well as some people at home, probably, right? Obviously, if we're watching it, then we can assume that we, the viewer, have been hypnotized.
I love it, right? So shot by shot, kind of, right? So the skeptic's like, okay, Carmichael's like, okay, sit here, co-host. Okay, great. Brings up Worms a little bit. I'm gonna hypnotize you, right? Hypnotizes the crew, Jack, whatever, Delroy, everybody, right, including the audience at home, right?
Yeah.
And then he's just like, "Are you feeling okay?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm a little hot," And he starts taking off his jacket, and then he's afraid of worms, and there's worms kind of out of his neck, and then he rips his stomach open, and there's worms, and then a great, amazing '80s like terrible puppet worm comes shooting out of his eye or something like that. Loved it, and all of a sudden, you, meaning me and you, are sitting here going, "Oh my God, this devil's not playing!" Like, geez, this is happening. All of a sudden, because I'm thinking that Carmichael is fake. Like he's fake, just like a Coco dude, right? Like,
Yeah.
no, this is happening. Worms are coming out of this dude.
I thought this
No.
was wild. I was like, what
Loved
is going on next here?
Loved it. Turned out, we all got duped. We were hypnotized. And then,
What was when that happens?
what was a great part of the movie is when Carmichael was like, "Hey, everybody, let's replay back the tape
Yeah.
and show that there was no worms." And I'm like, "There's no worms."
Yeah, and you get to
Oh
see
my-
that fake.
Right?
I liked this just probably the same way that you did, because when that was happening, I was thinking to myself, well, then rewind the Conjuring, rewind the possession, and sure enough, Jack calls for that exact. He must have heard me yelling.
Right. He heard it. He heard you.
Well, we both go to the Grove.
Yes, I believe that.
That's where I met Jack.
I 100%
in the
believe you.
Grove. Yeah,
100%.
because I am immortal, and I was alive in 1977 during the taping of Night Owls. Yes.
I am the Lizard King.
And we get to see the tape rewound,
And
and
worms.
and it played just the same way as we saw it. So
loved it.
holy cow!
Which, when the movie ends, this is where I went, okay, nothing I'm seeing is real. Nothing.
Yeah,
I mean, so we're jumping, right? So we find out as the audience that that Carmichael hypnotized the audience, hypnotized everybody. There was no worms, but the guy acted like there was worms because he was hypnotized. And then all hell, pun intended, breaks loose, right? Like we get flashing lightning up in the rafters, right? And Dr. June Osborne gets gets what, has her necklace like go through her throat, right?
yeah,
And like Lily's like total possessed, and Carmichael like what, gets his head twisted off? No, sorry. He gets his,
that's the Gus guy.
that was Gus, that was the co-host, got his head knocked off.
Yeah,
Carmichael just gets his neck twisted, right? And this is where you take PCP and go on a bad trip. Delroy is going through doors of nonsense. He's going through this door, which is the owl ceremony of the Grove, right? That he's going to sell his soul to be number one.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Also find out that he also ratted out his wife. He sacrificed his wife, and because he sacrificed his wife, she got the cancer.
Yeah,
Now,
isn't that crazy?
if it was Rocky's wife, he would have said the woman cancer, but she got some lung cancer. It was lung cancer.
Man,
But
yeah.
people didn't die of lung cancer in the 70s. They weren't old enough yet from the smoking.
Well, smoking was healthy back then.
It was unfiltered, toasted. I
Hosted.
watched Mad Men.
Others, they are cancerous. Ours, toasted.
Toasted. Lucky Strikes. I did not like this segment. I didn't like the
The
crazy
nightmare talk show here.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I thought it was going a little too far. And then him talking to his wife, his cancer wife, in bed, and she says like, "It hurts, let me go," and he stabs her, but it actually is Lily who he stabs
Yeah, live on television.
live on television. So this not proves. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that, but this goes in my theory that his nightmare didn't happen. I think he went batshit crazy.
During
That's
this
my
end
theory.
part thing, this last little acid trip that he was going on towards the end when the Lily's head went open and the whole devil came out and killed Carmichael and killed Gus and June. All that. You think that was all fake and that it was actually Jack that had killed all those people?
The reason why I'm thinking this is just because of what happened with Carmichael, right? When you and I were so enamored with the worm bit, right? It was so good, right?
Yeah.
It had us convinced that this was real.
Absolutely.
Why as a director show us the worm bit and not expect me to think that everything else is real? You know what I mean?
I'm with you. Yes.
So it's like maybe he just snaps. And maybe maybe Lily wasn't really possessed. I don't know. Maybe she was. Maybe we should take the movie at face value and say that yes, Dr. June Cleaver here was was a Ghostbuster, and she actually had, Lily floating and she was exorcist Reagan there. Maybe that actually happened. I don't know. Maybe it didn't happen. But let's say it did happen. I think at the end of the movie, he just goes crazy with guilt and shame because he was dealing with the fact that his wife died of cancer and he blamed himself for it. And he joined a cult to make himself number one. And even after he joined the cult, he still wasn't number one.
Mm-hmm.
Am I giving you a clean thought or am I rambling?
No, I get what
Okay.
you mean because I definitely feel like that was his monkey paw deal with the devil, right? Where he was just saying, I want to be number one. I want to be more famous than Johnny Carson. I want to be immortal in that aspect, right? But never defined of how it was going to be go about that way. And this was the deal. This was the terms, right? Is people are going to know. People will forever know the name Jack Delroy.
He's famous. So, okay, so what do you think then? Do you take the movie at face value that he did not go crazy? I mean, like he did kill Lily.
I think he absolutely killed Lily.
But everything else you're taking at face value that she was possessed by a demon and he had these nightmares.
I have to believe that just because of the whole rest of the movie was building up to that. And I feel that everything before maybe the worm scene or like after the worm scene, everything before that was legit. And it really came to the part of I guess right after that when Lily starts going crazy and becomes possessed again, right? After Carmichael really starts saying like, okay, this is you're out of order. This whole studio is out of order and just saying everything's fake. And then Lily really goes crazy and starts doing a full demon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Glowing
Mm-hmm.
the whole coming of Zool, in live in the studio audience there. I feel like maybe that I feel like I had to believe that that was real, but everything a part of his illusion of his nightmare trip that he was going on, that was fake. I feel like that was just put into Jack's head by the devil to think nothing is real. This is all just fake. You're in hell now, and I'm driving the bus. Me,
Or
Abraxas. Yeah.
or
Oh,
Carmichael or Carmichael was so good that he made the audience, which he did prior with the worms, and Jack Delroy think that Dr. June was dead, Gus was dead, him himself, Carmichael, was dead. I mean,
Oh.
because the reason why I say this is because anytime that we were behind the scenes, it was black and white. When the devil came out of Lily and Delroy was going through his crazy nightmare stuff, it was not in black and white. It was from the studio audience. It was in color.
Okay. That's a good point. That really
And
is.
Delroy and Carmichael hate each other.
I thought that the color, I took it as, in my interpretation, that was just the show as is, as it aired.
Right. So that was the show as is. So that means we as the audience so that means we just turned on YouTube and are watching this. You're telling me because it was in color that we're watching all of his nightmares? Because it wasn't in black and white.
Oh, okay. I see where you're going with this. That's a good
So
point,
it's in color.
Jordan.
So that's why I'm saying that Carmichael hates Delroy, hates the Coco Dad, hates Lily, doesn't like anybody, right? He wants to prove a point to the point to where he just gets into Jack's head so much that he goes crazy and kills Lily, stabs her, kills her.
What reason does he have Carmichael? Does he have to hate Jack so much? I thought he was just kind of rolling with it and there for the exposure and to really promote his reward for anyone that can prove him wrong.
Because Jack said multiple times in front of Carmichael and also behind the scenes in the black and white segments that he's just like, oh, he's just a fake. Don't worry about it. Remember the Coco guy? He was just, remember the first guy?
Uh-huh.
He was like, oh, he's just going to say blah, 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 smoke and mirrors, blah, blah. Just ignore him. And the guy's like, okay. You're right.
Okay.
He never respected Carmichael. I'm not saying that Carmichael maybe had done this. I don't know, but maybe Carmichael is the devil.
You're right. No, because in between those takes, those black and whites, you had Carmichael really trying to snoop around the studio to try to find the trap door, to try to find the lighting cue,
Right.
to try to find this or provoke whoever. Be like, okay, who did you put on? How did this happen? Who? That's what trying to find that angle. Whether
Right.
it be he talking to that mom and daughter, or whether it be he going behind Gus's podium.
Mhm.
Yeah, I could see that, but I would think that wasn't more of a part from hate and not enough to really send him on some sort of homicidal trip here.
I just think he snapped, right? Because just like how Gus was freaking out and tearing his belly open that he had worms inside of him, right? Jack Delroy has guilt. He has guilt that he joined this alleged cult. He thinks that he sold his wife's soul to the devil, so he become number one. His wife strangely dies of lung cancer a few years later. I'm just saying that the way that the movie's showing me, it's not black and white when he goes through his nightmares, and the movie's showing us if we clicked on a YouTube episode of it. So that means the audience, us, is watching his nightmares, which
Okay.
I don't believe. Which I mean, okay, fine. I'll make it more clean. I believe what the movie's telling me. It's showing me at face value, but just to make it fun, I'm thinking maybe Carmichael is the jerk and just screwed with Delroy so bad that he just snaps at the end, thinking that everybody's dead. Because we don't know what happens. He stabs Lily. He stands there. And then cut.
Yeah. I think that adds to the conversation besides someone like me who just going, oh, okay, I'll just believe everything you tell me, film. I'll take it for face value and say, okay, well, then that was it. Roll credits. I like that different interpretation because it offers something a little bit more to the characters.
Which is
right?
what I liked.
Yeah. So in that part, then I will ask for the second time of our 10-year career, what do you give this movie?
That's true. This is like the second time you've done this. Okay, so if I give this a large, and if you give it a large, it's going to be nominated for Film of the Year. Do we think it's Film of the Year category? That's the thing, right?
Compared to everything else, like probably not. But we have talked about many horror movies in our relationship, right? And the entire time that we've known each other, we've seen a lot of horror movies. Do you feel like this is something new? Like, do you think that this is a nice, like a refreshing part of the genre here, where it's a bit of the thriller, it's a bit of the supernatural, it's got some gore, but not a whole lot.
It's definitely a love letter, especially with that giant worm coming out of his head, right? I mean, that was a puppet, clearly, and it was ridiculous and outlandish on purpose, right? I'm going to give it a large because I did enjoy it. I didn't look away. I didn't go to the bathroom. You know what I mean? Like it had my attention. So since you have my attention, I'm going to give you my attention. I thought everybody was good in the movie, and I think a movie deserves a large where the movie is showing us one thing, but then for 10 minutes you and I ramble on what the movie may be different, right? Or what the movie's trying to say, or what we actually saw was real or not, right?
Yeah.
So I like it. I think it's fun. I think it's a good movie to talk to people about who like horror movies, right? And I really do enjoy it. I don't think it's great, like I'm not like the greatest horror movie of all time, but it's definitely a large bag for this year for me. So, are you going to follow me with a large bag here for Late Night with the Devil?
Yeah. Listen, I just like you.
Nominated.
I enjoyed this movie, man. I felt like it was a different type of movie. I just enjoyed the story wasn't too involved to where I was asking questions additionally about everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it had me is going enough into my seat where it gave me enough answers to the questions that I had. And I just think for a low budget movie, it just did what it was supposed to do. I enjoyed everyone involved in it. I think the actors did a very good job in it, right? Whether it be Lily, the girl who played Lily, or whether it be Jack Delroy. But I think it was just a convincing part, probably because it's a talk show first.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're kind of playing like this little, ba-da-da-da, kind of, I don't know why I did Price is Right, but
I love it though.
This kind of 70s era where late night talk show was gold back then. And it was just all about the content, all about the bits. I really enjoyed it. I think this movie opened up a bit kind of rough, where it tried to do this place setting, or it tried to give you the story with this over narration a bit. I wonder if they could have done that a little bit differently. I don't know how they would have done it, maybe with just the narration, or maybe a cut scene, but I think that would be out of place for what the movie was. Again, a lot of this movie really is just all this movies in the studio, and it's again very low budget. Visual effects. This movie had to be a budget of like less than
20 million, maybe.
Yeah, probably less than $1 million for this, man. Like it grossed 11 million.
You know what's fun though is that you remember From Dusk Till Dawn, of course, right? Where like like it's a late Sunday morning. It's a 10, 11 o'clock in the morning on a Sunday during the winter, right? It's not warm enough to go outside yet, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And it's in the late 90s, very early 2000s. And you turn on TNT, and it's the beginning of From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah.
And you've never seen From Dusk Till Dawn, right? But you're checking it out. And you've heard of Tarantino. Trust me, there's a point to this. And you're watching From Dusk Till Dawn. It's like, oh, this is a heist movie. This is fun. Clooney with those tattoos, and Juliette Lewis, and Harvey Keitel, and
Salma Hayek with the feet, of course.
This is great. Well, no, not before that. You know, and then all of a sudden they go, "Hey, we're gonna go to this bar called the Titty Twister, and we're gonna have some drinks and hang out." And all of a sudden they're in a horror vampire movie, and you're just like, "Where did this come from?" Right? Remember that feeling?
Yeah, where you're just going, wait, what a minute, wait a minute here. What did I?
What this is a vampire movie? This is Late Night with the Devil for me, where it's like you turn it on. Okay, it's called Late Night with the Devil. Got it, right? But for the first hour, really, it's smoke and mirrors. It's a late night talk show. It's a heist movie. You know what I mean? Like it's not the movie that you're thinking that you're watching. Until I think Carmichael is the Selma Hayek. And really it's just like, hey guys, this is where you're really at.
You know what I think is actually enjoyable about this movie is that I watched it purely on word of mouth. People were just like, "Hey,"
same.
And I didn't like I usually do. It went in cold, and I watched it. I was like, "Oh man!" And I remember usually I watch after I put the kid down, right? And I'll watch, maybe about an hour and a half of stuff like that. But I remember watching this and be like, "Man, I'm gonna stay up to watch this. I'm in it. Like I enjoy what's happening here, and I couldn't turn away." I think a good appeal of this movie is that word of mouth. I was excited to tell you about it, saying, "Hey, I enjoyed this movie, man. You should check this thing out too." How often do you get that movie now, where after you watch it, where it's not like some big thing, like, "Hey, George, have you ever heard of this thing called Avengers Endgame?" It's like,
yeah, sure.
no, this is an IFC film that has not got a whole lot of big PR budget. This is like, hey, I know maybe you've seen this, but check it out. I think that's the appeal. This type of movie is a great type of movie to next Halloween get with your friends and be like, hey, I got this movie. Have you guys ever seen it? And I'm like, no, I've never seen it before. Here, let me put it on. 90 minutes, great runtime. And
I'm
it's
the friend
a movie
like,
to share. Yeah.
And you can definitely believe that I'm the friend that's like in the first 10 minutes, wait for the worms. And everybody's like, what? And then like 30 minutes later, just wait till the worms happen. You know, like I'm that guy that's just like, there's worms.
Jordan's the person who's not watching the movie. He's just turned around and watching everyone else's reaction.
The worms are coming. Here's the worms. Because this movie's got a large bag for Eric and I, we have 5 nominations now for Film of the Year for Movie Guys podcast. Nosferatu, Wicked, The Apprentice, The Wild Robot, and Late Night with the Devil now. That's
wild. That is
it's a list.
The Academy wishes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it had us on its board here.
That's amazing. That's a good list. That's a solid list.
Those are
real
fun
quick,
movies.
Before we close it out, just because I brought it up, okay? And it's just your opinion. For nominated for Film of the Year, for people that are listening, a movie gets nominated for Film of the Year if both, not one, but both Eric and I give it a large bag. Nosferatu, Wicked, Apprentice, Wild Robot, Late Night with the Devil. If the movie awards are tonight, in your opinion, who wins Film of the Year out of those?
Oh, that's a tough one.
It'd be a tougher one in November, bud.
Was it Nosferatu, Wicked, Wild Robot? What was the other one?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice. Oh, man,
this gonna be a tough year, bud.
So, yeah, I'll tell you why. It's because I feel like you have Wicked, which is like the mega budget movie, and you have something like this movie, which is completely opposite. Right?
Anti-Wicked, if you will.
Anti-Wicked, as far as budget goes.
Sure.
And oh man, I don't know.
I'm going to say Apprentice for me because I really, really got lost in Sebastian Stan's performance. That guy was Donald Trump. And which is crazy because I'm a huge Nosferatu guy and I loved Bill Skarsgård's performance.
I'm leaning on the fence to that just because I like how what Sebastian Stan did for you in The Apprentice, which I'm not saying he didn't for me, but right. I think Bill Skarsgård did to a greater effect for me in Nosferatu.
I will never forget that off-air moment when we're on the phone, and I'm like, "Yeah, what'd you think of Bill Skarsgård as Nosferatu?" And you went, "That was Bill
What?
Skarsgård?"
Blew
I was
my
like, "Look
mind.
it up." So
Blew
anyway,
my
so
mind.
we're rambling. Everybody, thank you so much for listening to this most recent episode of Movie Guys Podcast. You can check us out at Movie Guys Podcast at podbean.com or wherever you get your podcast from, and we'll be available on every Thursday. Thursday. Yes, I said it.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Have a good night, Eric. Thank you so much. Dos Padania.
I would know. I would have been on better behavior. I'm not going to be able to go to sleep tonight.
No, this is crazy. She would send a random text of me doing my typical Jordan can't pronounce words right thing, and she nails it. She's amazing with an old dinosaur. I'm proud of her.
Can you just tonight when I'm sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be up, and I'm just gonna like she'll be curled up in her position, you know, all in a ball, you know, covers tucked up to her chin and everything, and I'm just gonna be kind of half propped up and just staring. I'm like, can you hear me? Can you hear me? What am I thinking right now? And I'll get a text from her, even though I didn't see her move, and it will in detail tell me everything that I'm thinking, and I'll cry myself to sleep, and that's how our relationship works.
It'll be really terrible when she's gone and you're home and you start doing just scrolling, and then she texts you saying, "Stop scrolling. You've been doing it for 2 hours."
Yeah,
Because that's what's happened right there. I'm proud of her and I'm afraid of her at the same time. I'm glad you married her.
I am too. She's a champ, that one.
Oh, his fame, his marriage.
Oh no. Looks like Jordan Fro. This poor guy has just been having the hardest time with Discord. Just can't seem to figure it out.
I hate Discord.
I know you hate Discord, bud.
I hate it. Absolutely fucking hate it. Anyway, are you still recording?
Yeah, I have not taken a break, so all this is in it. You can edit it out if you want. That's up to you.
Okay. Fucking Discord. It just stopped for no fucking reason. When was the last thing you heard?
That air horn, I believe, kicked Jordan off the stream. Jesus. When he comes back, he is going to be irate. All right, still waiting for Jordan to come back here. We're still going to keep on going. I guess I could keep on talking about the movie, but I'm going to repeat myself every time that he says, or when he comes back eventually. I'm waiting for a text message that is just going to really be him crying. If Jordan never comes back, I will be convinced that this show, the Late Night with the Devil, is a meta type of show where the devil is actually in the show with us, just like he had joined, or it, I'm sure it's genderless, had joined Night Owls with Jack Delroy.
I hate Discord. It just cuts me out of the internet every time.
Oh, and he's back.
Oh.
Every time.
Oh well,
It just kicks me off the internet.
we're gonna back up and have our co-host.
I was gonna be a special guest.
I love that you're a special guest. I fucking hate Discord. It just kicks me off the internet. And I'm fucking wired.
I can see that. How much coffee have you had?
No, like fucking Eric I'm
Like-
on land. I hate this so fucking much, dude. It's
Jordan, you're
stressing
gonna have
me.
to do some serious editing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
can't
will.
say all those words.
No, I will not say these words. I'm going to edit the out of this episode. I hate damn Discord.
Well, we love you,
Yeah.
and I'm going to bed.
Good night,
Well,
Sarah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It just kicks me off.